Okay. So, new Legacy of Phrecia information dropped. In-game specialization system! Let's read this. The Legacy of Phrecia event will feature a new system for specializing in in-game content, replacing the existing Atlas passive skill tree. As you progress through the in-game, you'll find idols, which can be placed into a new tab on the map receptacle UI, to modify your maps. Magic idols can have up to 2 modifiers, rare idols can have up to 4 modifiers, and there are unique idols for keystones from the Atlas passive skill tree. Idols are tradable, but they are not modifier. This is like a whole league! What is happening? Abyss cracks in your maps have 3% chance to spawn all monsters as at least magic. Delirium in your maps, 24% distance from the mirror. Maps contain breaches, 2% contain 3 additional breaches. That's pretty nice. Your maps have 33% chance to contain Einhar. Not modifiable, tradable, unique idols. Are they one and done? This is a pretty drastic change to how the endgame will play, given the Atlas passive tree as such a fundamental part of the endgame for some time in many different formats and versions. One of the major changes is that it turns specializing into different leagues to be less deterministic because it relies on you finding items. On the other hand, it adds a layer of excitement to the item drops in the endgame not previously there. This allows you to have an infinite number of different in-game loadouts for content. No more respeccing your Atlas tree at all. Now just take out the idols you don't want and put in the ones you do. Probably end up with a set of idols for each league. With the Atlas tree, you can only get so much of a given stat because it's how much we put on the tree. But with this system, you can get a lot more of certain things, pushing limits and boundaries further than ever. For example, if you want to have all the essences on the monsters, be it the highest possible tier or a much higher number of blueprints you find to be fully revealed. Ghoul Ornament, Conqueror Idol, imprisoned minions in your map have at least one essence at the highest possible tier. Wow, that's a strong modifier. Legion Encounter, 5% chance to be openable again, strong boxes. Also very powerful. Blueprints, 6% chance to be fully revealed. Very powerful. Ritual altars in your map, re-rolling favors an additional time. Hey, 2% chance on completing your maps to gain a free use of a special map crafting option. Yeah, these sound pretty fun. I've got the sniffs, sorry. Given that this is an opportunity for us to let you play with more developmental concepts, you can rest assured you'll find a bunch of broken outcomes in true Path of Exile fashion. Full disclosure, due to these features being experimental for this event, we haven't done the layers of quality of life that we would normally try to do to accompany it. For examples, you would want different inventories for different league sets or loadouts, but instead during this event you will simply just have to do the inventory management yourself. Based on the popularity of the system, we can add more of these features in the future to streamline it, to minimize the item micromanagement. Okay, I think that's fair. Break the glass. Give it to us. Given that players afterwards will likely want to experiment with the ascendancy classes or the alternate in-game mechanic individually, we will be adding both of these as private league options sometime after the event. Nice. Okay, an expansion of private league options. We'll be posting the full details of the Legacy of Phrecia event after this week, and we'll be teasing some more of the event ascendancies in the meantime. If you missed them, the teasers can be found here, and it's a hyperlink. Very cool. This was earlier today at I have no clue what time. But that is all really interesting. So this is going to be replacing our Atlas tree. I'm wondering, I see the idle size. Is this 4 squares? How many of these will it be able to hold? Like, is it one idle per actual node? Hmm. Hmm. Minor equals 1 slot. Well, I don't know. Yeah, basically no Atlas tree, and we're going to be getting this instead. Um, so we're going to be doing a little testing at the same time of enjoying the new fun stuff. So honestly, you know what? Who cares? Um, I am not super hellbent on POE being all about the Atlas tree. If you ask me, it certainly enhances it, but it's not the end all be all. We'll see how it shakes out. I am very, very excited and ready to get back to leveling my Ballblade Vortex Templar. Hey, before you go, just a quick to the side. I have no idea what everybody's upset about. There are a couple of larger content creators within the ARPG community. I'm not going to name any names, but they're well-respected members of this community. And I just want to say I'm a little disappointed in you if you are doom sowing right now and not really trying to hype this event up before it's even landed. Look, it's okay to say that you love the Atlas tree, but this is a temporary league. Why shouldn't they shake up the endgame a little bit? We're getting all new ascendancies. We're basically getting an entire league for an endgame event. Just think about that, right? And what that means for the future. So, with that to the side, I would like to give you a little context just so that you know this opinion isn't coming from nowhere, right? I am a nobody. I'm a smaller content creator, but that doesn't mean I haven't played Path of Exile for quite some time. I've been playing since Breach League. I've been playing off and on since Breach League. And then when I got to Metamorph, I got my first mirror and I became hopelessly addicted, playing just about every single day since then. And I started making content for Path of Exile, a year and a half or maybe 2 years ago. So I've been enjoying the Atlas tree in the regular leagues for a while, for quite some time. Couple hundred hours at the very least. And I see no problem with the tomes or the idols or whatever it is that they're called. So be it. I'm still excited about every single thing they've talked about already. I just want to try it. Before we were going to get nothing, and now we're getting more than I could have ever expected for an endgame, or sorry, an end of league event. So whenever you go over to Reddit right now, and honestly, that's the first mistake. I don't think anybody should be going over to the subreddit lately because they are just up in a storm. The sky is falling. Like I would say 90% of stuff on the front page is just people being upset about incredibly trivial things that they have not yet had their hands experience. Right? Like, I don't get it. There's this one meme on the front page that I vibed with where it's like, this looks like fun. New ascendancies, tweaked atlas, and people kind of have like a problem with that. It's like, it's not a tweaked atlas, it's completely gone, you've ruined my life. Tell my family I love them, the volcano is exploding. So yeah, there are a lot of ARPG crows out there right now that are just screeching. Everything is terrible. These companies don't know what they're doing. I haven't been enjoying my time playing, and yet they still come back and they still play all the time. I think this is just who they are. They're complainers. So be it. It's a video game, dog. So I'm gonna focus on trying to have fun with it, and like when I feel like there is something that needs to be criticized, I usually criticize it. If you've ever tuned into me on Twitch, you'll know just how true that statement is. But man, couldn't be me yet, right? Like, I'm not gonna say never, but right now, dude, this is all too early. Like, what are people upset about? Maybe they'll make changes. What do I know, right? But yeah, there it is. Tweaked Atlas, just deleted Atlas. And then some guy brings up like Arch Nemesis. Doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, dude. It doesn't make sense. Yeah. Alright. That's enough showing off the Doomers. I hope you're still excited. I'm absolutely excited. Thanks for tuning in. You guys are absolutely fantastic. And I will see you next time. Peace out.